In this video we're going to show you how to properly set up and install your Safety Speed Cut ES52 Vertical Panel Saw. By following these simple procedures, your panel saw will be up and running in no time, allowing you to process panels with incredible accuracy and efficiency. We'll go ahead and get started.
The first step in the installation process is locating the panel saw frame in the general area where you're eventually going to be cutting. Some adjustments or calibrations may be needed with the feet of the saw, and they're located obviously in the bottom of the machine, and that is accomplished by adjusting these two bolts. There's a vertical and a horizontal bolt.
On the front of the feet are two bolts running vertically and horizontally. The vertical bolt is used to raise and lower the entire frame. Each vertical bolt can be adjusted to raise or lower that side of the frame. In order to adjust the height of the horizontal bolts, they must be loosened first. When the preferred height has been achieved, the horizontal bolts must be retightened. The horizontal bolts are used to lock the panel in place. If the floor on which the panel saw is resting is off by more than a 1/4 inch, spacers must be placed under the feet to compensate the uneven side. The next thing you want to do is set a level on the bottom fence to check for balance and squareness. Once the entire frame is level, there might be an issue with the two main feet lying completely flat. When this is the case, raising or lowering the back support rod can make a leveling adjustment. Loosening the bottom nut, then adjusting the top nut to your desired height does this. This will make the correct leveling adjustment. After the adjustments have been made, make sure to tighten both the top and bottom nuts. Next, on the left and right side of the frame are the outer feet supports. Lower these until they are supporting the ends of the frame. Once the left and right feet supports have been tightened, we're ready to move on to hanging the beam on the panel saw frame. The panel saw beam is located in the large wooden box that was supplied to you during shipment. Inside you'll see all the contents that are necessary to complete the installation. At this point you'll want to get a forklift ready so we can remove the beam from the box. The next step in the installation procedure is to locate the purple straps. They are located on the back side of the frame on some eye bolts. Once you locate the straps, secure them to the beam as shown here. And once they are on the beam, the next thing you'll want to do is remove the two support 2x6s that are located on either end of the beam, and then you'll want to remove one side of the whole beam box located here. Once the beam is removed from the box, you're going to want to gently lower it onto some wooden blocks. We're showing some landscape timbers here that work very well. You want to make sure when you're lowering the beam that you're not resting it on the bearings. The next step is removing the purple rigging straps from the beam, and following that you're going to want to secure it to the rigging U-bolt located here. Once the beam is securely suspended, remove the rolling plate located near the bottom of the beam. Remember how the rolling plate fits because it will need to be replaced back to the original position. Do not tamper with or adjust the black set screws. Once the bottom roller plate has been taken out, lift the entire beam up to the frame. When mounting the beam, be sure to attach the top of the beam in between the slotted locking bars located here. This area is designated between the two inner arrows at the top of the frame, which are also designated by a 1 and a 0. Slowly guide the top of the beam to the very top of the frame. Carefully hang the top of the beam so that the bearings rest and line up with the top roller track. Gently maneuver the bottom of the beam into place. At this time, do not unstrap the beam from the forklift. Next, the bottom of the beam must be pulled away from the panel in order to replace the rolling plate. Next, slide the rolling plate into the same position as when taken out. Make sure to replace the plate so it butts up against the set screw, then tighten the rolling plate into place. The next thing we want to do is remove the 3 zip tie banding straps. 2 are securing the grid on each end of the frame, and one is securing the bearing for the shifting grid. Test if the beam locks into the two inside numbered locking slots. Simultaneously ensure that the beam rolls smoothly along the tracks. Examine the insertion of the locking lever into the locking slot. It should be a frictionless transition. If the locking lever does not go into place smoothly, then adjustments to the left and right outer feet supports must be made. These adjustments should be minute and never more than a 1/4 inch turn at a time. Once both inside locking slots engage smoothly without any hitching, the two outside slots can be tested. Once the outside two slots have been adjusted, the two inside slots must be retested. Repeat these steps until all 4 slots lock into place smoothly. Near the very bottom of the beam on the left side is a bolt that holds a counterweight in place. Remove the protruding bolt at this time. Once the bolt is removed, confirm that the head raises and lowers with consistent tension. Now you want to fill the vacant bolt hole with a provided hex bolt, which is located on the grip of the depth adjustment. A locking pin is what holds the head of the saw in the vertical and horizontal positions. Verify that the pin inserts the hole without any hitching. Check the vertical and horizontal positions. Do not slam the head into these positions. This may cause alignment issues. Next, check the in and out motion of the saw blade, ensuring that the blade extends and retracts fully. If the pins do not transition into place smoothly, call Safety Speed Cut. This machine is also equipped with a separate power control box. It is secured by 2 bolts. On the back side of the panel saw, from the power box, the wires need to be ran through the channel on the top of the frame into the junction box. You notice that each one of the wires is numbered. At this point, you want to call your local electrician to finish the electrical hookup.